We are often taught to read this text as a historical archive, a law book, or a linear narrative recounting events from a distant past. Verse 3923 defines a closed-loop topology, a memory tesseract outside linear time. The reader doesn't move through verses. The text rotates around them as a fixed coordinate. This voice isn't a historical echo. It is the real-time tongue of the Rasul speaking directly into the present moment. This temporal immediacy transforms reading from a passive data transfer into an active, unfolding trust, an amanat required of the observer. While the book defines the geometric field, the actual trajectory is determined by the entity sitting at its center. The timeline you occupy right now is a live mirror of the primordial assembly detailed in chapter 18, verse 50. The book is not a record of what has become. It is the active algorithm of becoming that is currently compiling the reader. As you stand at the center of this executing system, two fields converge on your position, D10 and I9. D10 is the physical realm of mass, kinetic action, and testing. I9 is the unseen domain of divine command and eternal wave preservation. Both operate independently, moving through the exact same space without direct interaction. It is only your physical body, the central node, that can receive both fields simultaneously and integrate them into a single event. Observing only one field mistakes a shadow for reality. The system requires simultaneous pattern recognition of both the grid and the wave. We can see this interaction in the primordial assembly, specifically at the introduction of the atom node. The angels respond to this node with an I9 reading. They prostrate to the unseen spirit within the form, rather than the form itself. Iblis executes a D10 exclusive reading. He perceives only the physical clay husk and judges the node based on its mass. This exposes a common misconception that Iblis broke a personalized divine command. The Arabic syntax of the command in 1850 is precise. Qulna lil malaikati. The directional preposition li, meaning to, makes the command categorically exclusive to the angels. Verse 50 identifies Iblis as jinn. This places him strictly outside the addressed register of the command. Iblis was present in the assembly, but he was structurally uncalled. He was invited, but not commanded. Because he was uncommanded, his refusal was an act of self-inserted assumption. He used his own physical mass, fire, to judge a system he did not understand. Iblis did not break a command. He weaponized a D10-only assumption to create the first illusion of the Taghut matrix. The Taghut matrix is the result of that error, a perceptual trap formed by viewing reality exclusively through a D10 lens. As detailed in Surah Saba, this filter separates those who recognize unseen truth from those trapped by material doubt. The Taghut filter operates purely on invitation and assumption. It has no imperative authority and no power to compel the soul. Logic restricted to D10 always fails. It misinterprets physical form as idolatry because it cannot perceive the I9 wave animating the vessel. This error maps directly to the creation of Sumeri's golden calf. The calf is a D10 trap, static mass given fake noise, used to replace the living, breathing wave of revelation. We see the correction in Solomon's bow to the throne body. He honored the divine sign over the physical appearance. The Taghut matrix tests consciousness. Will the reader collapse into the material density, or recognize the invisible command animating it? This dual-field test scales from individual perception to the macrostructures of history. The city of Lot is the manifestation of a pure D10 structure, built entirely on physical desire, mass, and manifest form. In this universe, D10 structures lacking I9 wave support cannot bear their geometric weight. The overturning of the city is a mathematical necessity. Isolated mass destroys itself. Survival requires a strict extraction protocol, complete severance from the perishing field without looking back. This is contrasted by Abraham's Hanifa house. This house survives because it is built on fitrah, the native alignment that perfectly bridges the physical vessel with the unseen command. D10-only structures shatter. Only the dual-field architecture of the Muslim house survives the rotation of the tesseract. This brings the focus back to you, at the center of the present moment. Your timeline occupies the exact geometric coordinate of that primordial assembly. Choosing the physical illusion and concealing truth leads to the state of the first Kafir, but recognizing the dual-field reality and submitting leads to the first Muslim. Because the topology is a closed loop, this choice is eternal, representing itself outside linear time. You must utilize equal, active pattern recognition, to navigate this constant convergence. Recognition alone is insufficient. Entry requires kinetic action. The specific activation command is the 1912 grip. Take the book with strength. This grip is the physical torque that forces the physical vessel and the unseen command into absolute fusion. This deliberate grip bypasses the ego overload that pulverizes pure material mass upon contact with revelation. In this moment, you cease to be a passive observer of history and become the active operator of the tesseract. The 1912 grip integrates the soul into the eternal architecture. The engine is running, and the choice to pull the lever rests entirely with the reader.